What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Only a 4-Cylinder video. Now, like I promised in the last video, today we're gonna be doing something a lot more interesting. And you probably already guessed it, but we are gonna reveal that mysterious red car under that silver car cover in my previous videos. But before we do anything, let me not forget, cold start. Alright, let's get back to the video. This is it, everybody. This is the second car on the channel. This is a 1984 Porsche 944. You can probably already tell just by my facial expression on how excited I am for this car. You know, this is basically my dream, you know, having a daily driver but also a project car, and a project car being this car. You know, this is obviously a project car. You know, everything is kind of broken and everything's kind of worn out, but overall this is a clean car. There's literally no issues with the frame, there's no rust, the clutch is still good. And for those of you who know about these cars, the Porsche 944s are actually transaxle cars. So if the clutch fails, then it's probably gonna cost a fortune to repair and replace. So I'm fortunate enough to have a good clutch. And as you can probably tell, we are kind of at a strange angle right now. That is because the car is on jack stands. The reason I got this car for a cheap price is because this car has a potential blown head gasket, but we're not sure yet. So stay tuned, and we're gonna further diagnose the problem with the engine and also a lot of other little stuff like a leaking rear hatch, a worn out shifter, a cracked windshield, and a cracked dashboard. So right now, this car is not a road legal car. It's not a street legal car because it hasn't been registered since 2006, and it has a rather complex history of title issues and registration. So I'm gonna have to deal with the DMV about that right now, and then start working on this car. But I am confident that one day I'll be able to get this car back on the road. So, alright, let me just give you a brief tour of this car. It's actually kind of quirky. So, it's a very basic setup. We got 3 gauges in the middle, tachometer, speedometer, and some gauges for the engine temperature, gas gauge. So, and also I put a little note right here, says do not start. That's because I drained the oil on this thing. And moving on to the center console, we got an oil pressure gauge, fan speed switch, the AC doesn't work, the clock, cigarette lighter, fog light switch, some warning lights for seat belts and emergency brake. And I don't know what this one does because I don't really know what that looks like. We got an old school temperature adjustment switch, and you got, I don't know what this one is, and a radio that doesn't work. And this is the worn out shifter that I was telling you about. As you can see, the shifter, the boot is kind of worn out. It's actually shot, so that's gonna have to be replaced. But it actually still shifts. So let me just push in the clutch. Of course, I gotta get the 5-speed, you know. And right now it was in reverse, and as you can see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and no sixth. This is a reverse gear. The reason I said this car is kind of quirky is because, like I said, this car is from 1984, but look right here. It already has electric windows, which is kind of cool, but one of the switches doesn't work, so gonna have to fix that too. And the way you open this glove box, it's like no other car. First of all, if you locked it, there's this Porsche symbol right here, and you're gonna have to flip it up to get to the keyhole, which I've never seen that before. Okay, it's stuck now.
2 hours later.
And the way you open this glove box is by squeezing these two things here. What? And the squeezing doesn't stop. Right here on the door handle, it doesn't just open. You have to squeeze this inside part to open it. Kind of cool, huh? And let me show you the engine. Whoa. Of course, it has pop-up headlights. It's from the 80s, so. And here it is, the engine. Now the reason you are seeing those towels here and a missing intake boot here is because I already worked on the car for a little bit just to clean stuff out. And as you can see, this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which matches my channel name. It's a 4-cylinder, and we got a cruise control module right here, which I wouldn't dare to use that anymore. And we got power steering tank right here, and this intake distributor cap. Already marked the numbers for each wire so I don't get mixed up. Alright guys, this is the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed, because I know I did. And subscribe if you liked what you saw, and stay tuned for future Porsche 944 restoration videos, and also some good informational videos on the Daily Driver BMW. So with that, I'll see you next time.